So this is going to be kind of different from our usual ones because we're all kind of mellow.
Summer blockbusters are over.
Yes, the summer blockbusters are over.
It's all serious from here on out.
When William Hurt had his breakdown scene in the road, I went, oh, Sarah must be dying right now.
Don't even talk.
The performances, everything were just, they were more raw than I'm used to.
Yeah.
They were more real than I'm used to in a movie. I've never seen a movie like this where they were that real.
I just think it's great when a film or when you see a film that makes you take stock of what is going on with your own life. And sometimes, people need that kind of jolt or kickstart. That I think this movie is amazing at being able to do that.
Yeah.
Like any good character, you can halfly envy him, yet halfly feel bad for him. And I think that's what makes a character interesting and beautiful, is that you want to be them, but you also want to hold them and tell them it's all right. And you don't know which one at any time feels better.
I was totally in the filmmaker's hands, like from the absolute beginning. They had me exactly where they wanted me. I was feeling exactly what they wanted me to feel. And you like, I felt like, it was so stupid, but I felt like I wanted to go into the movie and save him. And you don't relate to people like that in movies. You're usually very aware it's a movie.
There was the threat going into it that they would sort of make everything too sublime, and that they would, in the beauty of Alaska or whatever, that somehow you would lose the reality of what it's like. And it's true that there are some things that you can't experience with someone else. There's places you can't go in your head when you're in company. You can only go there alone. But then if you got nobody to share it with, the revelation of it all is that seeking total solitude is a mistake.
Yeah.
And they could have missed that, and they didn't. Instead, they completely nailed it. They absolutely captured every element of what it's like to be on that kind of a journey, and then the ultimate truth of the situation, which is that you got to have somewhere to go back to, or you got to end up the way the movie ends.
You have that realization where you kind of go, I really like him, but he's kind of an ass.
Yeah.
Like, he's just not getting it, and he has people falling over him. You know what I mean? He has, absolutely falling head over heels in love with him, who would put out, anything for him, would die for him probably.
Yeah.
And just in these brief encounters that he had, and he doesn't get it, and you get angry at him almost at that moment for not getting it. And so, by looking at his writings and the way that they portray it in the movie, that at the end, like, that's what he gets.
Right.
They totally redeem any negative thoughts you could have about him, or anything you could hold against him.
Yeah.
The fact that he got it,
Right.
That camera went up and it showed his name. Like, I gasped. And I don't really know why I gasped, because it wasn't like a surprise somebody comes up with a knife twist ending. It wasn't anything like that. It was just I was just so moved, all I could do was gasp.
I can't even analyze it as far as filmically or the artistry of it.
Yeah.
It was all spot on. I can't think of anything to even talk about. I'm too caught up in the story, And maybe that says it all. When you walk out and it wasn't a movie, it was an experience.